Hi guys, it's Hannah here. I'm a 29-year-old cash budgeter and stuffer in Southern California, and this is HF Budgets. Hope you guys are all having a good week. I am trying not to get sick, so I apologize if I sound a little off. But we're gonna go ahead and budget for our first week of March. So the total that we have to budget today is $410, but I did get a tax return. So we are going to be budgeting 300 of that into my binder system. This wasn't my full amount for my tax return. I did put a majority of it towards a car principal payment, and then I did end up splurging a little and got myself a few journals for one of my hobbies. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So we are gonna start with 410, but then we have the 300. So that 300, I already know where it's gonna go. We're actually gonna be putting it in placeholders. And so I do have 2 extra categories on here that I don't typically have. And that is where this money is gonna go. So I do wanna budget 100 of that to go into Italy, which is in my travel binder, and then I'm gonna do $100 into travel local. I didn't bring that binder out, so I don't have it to show you, but when I stuff it, you'll see where they go. It's the only A5 binder in my system, so that is $200, and then the last 100 out of the 300 I'm gonna put into my emergency fund. And the way that I'm going to do that is, I don't know if I like how this is set up. That's okay. I'm gonna put it in a placeholder in here, but I do want to put it in here so we can knock off some of the 20s on this savings challenge. So we're gonna put $100 into emergency, which is right here. Like, where are we? Okay, so that'll take us back to the 410, which is what we typically have to work with, and we can actually stay in this binder here. But the first thing that we always budget is going to be my wallet. My wallet is going to get $60 for groceries, $40 for gas, $40 for eating out, and then $35 for weekly spending, which is always a total of $175. So I do like to knock that right off, and I'm actually going to do this. I want to put that back. I don't know what my thoughts are. I'm gonna go into my savings challenge binder first, actually, and jump into here, so we can knock some of these out. My Monday video, which is a mini Monday, and then I do a box challenge and a mini year long, this always gets 30, so we will take that off and then start budgeting our savings challenges. So this first envelope here, as I'm thinking about making a little dashboard for it. I haven't done that yet, but it is for the Savings with Friends challenge book. This is from Budget with Amanda. This is one of her newest releases, and we decided to start with one of the highest or like the largest save challenge in here, which is this Save 100 with the 101 Dalmatians, and we scratched a 10. So we're gonna go ahead and allocate $10 to this challenge this week. And I'm thinking, depending on what we get, I'll probably work on like 2 challenges at the same time, depending on like what the numbers are, but we'll see how that actually goes. So there's that one. And then next up, we're gonna go into, we'll come back to our 100 envelope. I do want to go into this pizza challenge. This is from MikaelaCreationsCo, and I do want to knock out this last number here in this first row, column. I am blanking. My brain is not 100%. But we're gonna knock out this $17 here. So I did not subtract the 10. So let's do that. And so we can knock that out, and that is exciting. Our next challenge here, this is from Nessabudgets. This is a friends challenge. The numbers range from $7 to $14. We did scratch 2 numbers last week to give us a total of 24. So we're gonna go ahead and budget out $24 for this one. and then that is going towards an extra car payment once we complete that. Our next challenge here is going to be this March challenge. This is from MikaelaCreationsCo. Each coin stack is going to be $3, and I think, should we do another 3? Let's do another 3, and we'll do $9 in here. Oh, I messed up. This always happens. Okay. I'll come back and do the math and put it back on my calculator after this. Yeah. This challenge and then this other year-long challenge that I'm doing are both challenges that I found over on Kofi. The first one was from MikaelaCreationsCo. This one's from Budget with Amanda. And then this week on A Budget with Amanda, we're going to do the 5 and this 2. So we'll do $7 in this one. Okay, I do need to actually put an amount on the calculator. So let's go ahead and, so we have the 410 minus 175 minus the 30 from our minis, and then 10, 17, 24. The 9 sticks sometimes, so that's, and I should know this because it happens to me every time. And so we got the 7. So this is an exciting new challenge that I'm going to be starting this year. I am a huge Formula 1 fan. This is kind of a newer interest, newer in the sense of it started in 2025. This weekend is the first race weekend of our calendar, and so I just made this F1 dashboard that literally is very plain, but I like it. It is clean. And essentially the challenge that I'm going to be doing, that my favorite driver, I have a few favorite drivers, but my favorite driver, like all-time favorite driver, is Max Verstappen. So what I'm going to be doing this season is the week following a race weekend, I'm going to be saving the total points that he scores for that race. So this first race weekend is in Australia, Melbourne, and so race is actually Saturday night for my time zone. So we'll see how he does. We'll see how he does over the season. So we'll be saving this, essentially this will be a year-long savings challenge because we're starting in March, and then the last race is in December. So we'll start this one next week. Super stoked about that. And then I do journal the races, and so I'm thinking about creating like a savings challenge page where we're able to track his points for the season. So I will show you that if I'm able to create it by next budget with me. And yeah, super excited for that and looking forward to this season. But yeah, so that's what the journals were for, and that was a little splurge that I made. All right, our next savings challenge that we are going to budget today is going to be our color and save. This is from Budget with Carly. I get this over on Kofi, and we're gonna do both of the 4s. What are we at? Yeah, we'll do both of the 4s to give us a total of $8 in this challenge, which is awesome. This challenge is going towards invest, so really looking forward to that. And then the last one here is a Save Your Way in 2026. This is from Shades Budgets over on Kofi, and we are going to do this next rectangle, which is $24. This is going towards travel. My goal is, I'm not sure if you can see, my goal is May 1st. This is going to be going towards my Europe trip that I'm taking in May, and so I'm hoping to knock this challenge out by then. Okay, flipping back to the front, our last challenge that we're going to do today is this 50 envelope challenge. I think I'm just going to do $1 in here to round this off to an even 105 to go into my sinking funds. I do think I have about $80 left in my wallet. I think it might be exactly $80. I think that's the same as last week as well. So that'll be nice because we'll be able to knock out some of hopefully the next 2 biggest ones, and then see what else we can do to get this challenge completed. And then my initial plan was going to be to do this twice. I don't think I'm going to do it twice back to back anymore. I think I'm going to switch it up and bring in another challenge from the same challenge book, but use a different savings challenge for my Japan trip. Fantastic. So that is all in our savings challenge binder. I'm gonna set that over here. So now we will jump back into my my actual sinking funds. Okay, before I do that, let's make sure that I know what I have in this section. So in case I mess up, which seems to be a common theme, like that. 10, 1, 17, 24, 9, 7, 8, 24, and then 30. Okay, so in this we should have 130. Beautiful. Okay, so now going back into our sinking funds, starting with personal health. A lot of these, I think, as per week to week, I typically do $5 in a lot of these categories. So personal health is going to get 5. Household is going to get 5. Skincare is going to get 5. In October, I'm taking a trip to Japan. I am saving for that trip, but I know some of the things that I want to get there are going to be skincare, so I'm debating if I want to save a little extra in skincare over the year and then use this instead of my budgeted like trip fund. So I definitely have time to think about that, but it's been a thought. I've already done emergency. We're doing $100 in emergency. Christmas is going to get its usual 5. Christmas will always get 5. And then car maintenance is going to get 5. And then nothing else gets stuffed. They get stuffed with other things. All right. Jumping into our last binder here today. It is our green binder. Okie dokie. Starting in Costco. Costco's going to get 5. I don't know if I don't think I did. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. See, this is why I should not be trusted with a calculator. Okay, so we were at 105, so we did the 410 minus the 175 minus the 130. This section is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then we did the 5 here. Because I'm not counting the placeholders, because that came out of my tax. I'll double check it at the end, essentially, to make sure that we're all good. Okay, moving on. H Mart's gonna get 5. My brain is all over the place today. Friends is gonna get 10 this week. I think we can swing that. Personal spending, so I did pull this along with some of my tax return to again buy those journals, because I do journal F1, and so I ended up buying a handful of journals to kind of coincide with the seasons that I am rewatching. And then I did buy one more than I needed just to get the free shipping. So that's, I know people have opinions about that, but it would have been the same cost anyway with shipping. So yeah. Okay, so personal spend is gonna get 5, so we're gonna start building that back up. And we've already messed up. I'm gonna give up on the calculator. 175, 130, 25 minus 5, 10, 20, 25. Okay, savings is gonna get 5 today. Travel, we are gonna add $5 into this travel envelope today. We're working our way to our next 100 so we can stuff it into our actual travel binder. Moving up to Hannah. Hannah's gonna get 5 today. We're still saving for several things in this envelope, so the more we can build it, the better off we'll be for that. Clothing is gonna get 5 today. Did I subtract? I'm gonna say I did subtract it, and I'll go back and figure it out if I didn't. Gifts is gonna get 5. 30, 40, and Thriving is gonna get 5. My shop small is gonna get 5. Budgeting items, I'm building this one back up after buying that challenge book. Disney spends is gonna get 5. I would like to go to the Food and Wine Festival that Disneyland is having, so that is the goal. Tech is gonna get 5. And then I think both Invest and Ally are gonna get 5. So that should have been correct with all my mistakes. I'm just gonna double check that to make sure. So we technically have the 710 on our calculator, 175 for our wallet, the 25, and then the 100 for our brown binder, 200 going into our travel binder, and then I didn't add this. We have 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 80 in our green binder, and then 130 in our savings challenges. Perfect. Okay. Apologies, that was all over the place. If you've stuck around this long, I appreciate you. Thank you for listening about my F1 obsession and enjoyment, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this budget with me. I will see you guys in our next video, which will be our cast stuffing on Saturday. Hope you guys have a great one.